How did the 2008 financial crisis affect today's housing market? More millionaires are made through real estate through any other means. My name's David.Rosen, and I'm one of the top 100 real estate brokers in New York City. This is my video blog. So my name is David.Rosen. I got into the real estate business in 2004. In the next 3 years, I made over $1 million in commissions, bought and sold 31 properties for myself. And by the time I was 27, I'd lost it all and I was facing a bankruptcy. My story is not unique to me. It's true of all Americans and all American companies. Every single American company and American person was impacted, mostly negatively, in the 2008 financial crisis. And those effects still are with us today. You know, many people who were homeowners exited the housing owning population. According to the US Census, homeownership rates decreased by 5% during the Great Recession, and they still haven't regained. 5%, 17 million Americans were homeowners, and now they're not. Number two, the people who are buying and who bought after the crash, they typically either bought cheap, they bought with very low interest rates, and they have low debt. They've made equity. You know, BlackRock, the investment bank, bought thousands of homes throughout America, as did many other funds, and they bought them cheap. And they've got oftentimes good deals from the government. So there are a huge amount of homes owned in this country right now for which they're just huge cash cows for either the individuals or the institutions who own them. And that's the landscape we live in today. That's what happened to those 5% of homeowners, those 17 million homes. So number three, sellers and lenders are more educated than they were before. Lenders are not lending money to people who can't afford the homes. It's just not common. Could that change? Well, anything could happen, but it's harder to get a mortgage today. And sellers, you know, they're pretty much also with the same level of expectation. They're not going to sell to someone who's not qualified. It's part of the conversation. They don't want to be in contract and have a deal fall out. But more importantly than that, sellers, I think, are not as aspirational as they were before the crash. Back in the day, people would just throw a number out there and they'd hit it. Sellers today are looking at data. They're living in the real world. The crash of 2008 defined my generation. It defined our whole country throughout, you know, the history of our lifetimes. It reset the market, whereas today in 2018 and 19, we are still approaching the levels of 2008. So actually that's a good thing, because as people come back into the market, as those bankruptcies fade away, as savings are restored, as equity is restored, we're going to see an increase in home ownership. Those 5% of people are going to re-enter the market. And whereas those prices under that level of inflation were too high, actually over the next 5 to 10 years, my hope is that, you know, prices increase even more, not so that housing becomes unaffordable, but so that homeowners and home ownership is available to more people in a sustainable way. Thanks. If you have any questions about macroeconomic trends as it affects home ownership, I'd love to speak with you. Please email me, call me, or even message me through social media. Thank you.